In this video, I will show you how to use the most mainstream web scraping platform, which you can use for literally scraping any website out there. But primarily, I think the best use case for recruiters would be scraping job boards like Indeed, Glassdoor, or anything of that sort. Now, as soon as I go on their website, I know it will stop sharing my screen, so apologies for that. But essentially, if you go on the starter plan, this are like the costs are over here. The reason I don't like Apify so much is because the pricing is confusing. So I think most people will fall in the $49 a month plan, but a lot of the time, like if you're not careful, you might by accident be overpaying for Apify. So that's the reason that I prefer Octopass to it. But once again, no drama if you get Apify instead. Now, as soon as we're inside of Apify, this is what our like basic setup would look like. If you click on the Apify store over here, or you can simply press go if you're a bit more techie than me. Then over here, you basically have all the actors. Now, an actor is a pre-built template that you can use to scrape any website out there. So specifically what I have in mind for this one is probably something like, let's say, Indeed. Well, actually, no, I think we did Indeed in another video, so let's do Glassdoor. And you can see straight away the top ranking one, in theory, should be the top actor over here. So we'll click on that, and straight away you should see the exact scraper. And you can basically use it the same way as you would use like an Apollo search criteria or anywhere else. So let's say by default we'll go after software engineers. We want a maximum of 10 because I think I'm still on a free trial. We can select a country, so let's go somewhere nice and exotic. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't give us that many countries here, so this could be the downside of this scraper. But once again, there are a bunch of different scrapers that you can choose. Let's say we want them in Canada, or actually, like somewhere like Brazil could be nice and exotic. But okay, let me just not overthink this. I'll just go for the US market because it will definitely be in English. Company name, well, we don't want that. We want every job that include no salary jobs as well. We can set the salary expectations as well. We can search for filters like the publication age, contract type. Is it full time? Is it part time? In this case, I'm going to go after full time. Publication age, I'm going to say 1 month because I want to go after the more kind of the more likely to like the more desperate hiring managers out there who have not been able to source the candidates just yet. Industries, will go industry agnostic. Employer size, we can go, well, tiny, small, medium, large. I'll probably go medium, just, because I quite like it medium well with that. And then application type, I mean, honestly, like, I'm not going to overthink these ones. And then you will be able to select your proxy settings. So 99% of the time, without getting technical and whatever, residential is the best one to go for. So just go for anywhere as the location because once again, it's recommended. So they probably know this better than me. And we'll basically go for like these ones really don't matter. So if I were you, just pre-fill whatever they say. So I'll say 3,600 and 4096, and just follow the crowd in this one. And essentially, you're good to go from that moment in time. So all you need to do is basically click on Start in the top right corner. And once again, it will tell you that your free trial is 3 days, and then the price after the free trial will be $25 a month to do this thing. And then what we did just now is we rented the actor. So in other words, we're basically just using this completely for free as a part of the free trial. But if we want to do this on an ongoing basis, it will cost us a bit of money, right? So right now, what we're going to be doing, clicking start over here, and as soon as it starts, you can then click on the runs over here, and you should be able to see how this run is doing in real time. So we'll basically keep you posted. So if you click on that in the background, it should start showing you any data that starts populating at the bottom over here. Now, whilst all of this lovely stuff is loading, and you can see it's all in the run section over here, what we have to do is click on integrations. And in the meantime, we're basically going to click on integrations and go to HTTP webhook. So you should see it on the right-hand side here. If you don't, all you can do is type in webhook, and it should be the first thing that comes up, right? So what this will do is it will send the HTTP request as soon as like the scrape happens, and basically you can choose that run succeeded, and you can choose the URL of the run. So for example, I don't know, like a specific URL of the Glassdoor job postings. And as soon as that happens, you can then copy and paste this URL is basically where you want to send this data to. So this URL will be, sorry, just to not confuse you there, this URL will be the link that you want to send the data to. So to do that, inside of Clay, you will click on Create New Workbook, blank workbook, and you would click on Browse All Options. And if you type in Webhook and click on Monitor Webhook here, you should be given a URL link, and straight away you'll connect it to Apify. So you'll copy and paste it here, and straight away when this data and the run succeeds, it will be sent to this URL inside the Clay table. And once again, you can worry about header templates. I'll probably do a separate video on that. And as soon as you save it, I can't save it right now because I'm on a free trial plan. But as soon as you save it, the data will be coming into the Clay workbook, and it will automatically populate the cells and reach out to the hiring manager or do whatever the hell you want it to do, right? So this is the beauty of it. However, for this scraping to be done, you would need to have the access to HTTP API, which is only available on the Explorer plan, which is the $349 plan every month. So if you want that, you would need to integrate with any HTTP API. That's only available on the more expensive plan. So keep that in mind as well. Now, if we go back to Apify in the background here, you should be able to click on runs, and you should be able to see that over here the data has been populated. So is click on this data sheet, and you should see everything at the bottom here. And you should be able to basically see the company name, the job title, the job description, like all that good stuff. And the best option in this case is not to confuse you any further. What we're going to do is push all of this data automatically into Clay. So we'll click on integrations. We'll click on, I think over here, basically add integration, and then HTTP webhook. We'll go inside of Clay. We will grab this URL that we just found. So we can do that once again if we simply click on add enrichment and type in webhook. Well, actually, you probably wouldn't be here. So sorry, my bad. It will be in actions. And if you click on import, and if you click on monitor webhook, you should then be able to grab the URL from Apify, and straight away you'll basically copy and paste the URL here because this is where you want the data to go to. The start will be when the run has been succeeded. And at that moment in time, we'll just send a test webhook. So let's try doing that. We'll save and test. And voila, the data should now be transferred into the Clay workbook over here. So we can see the data and we can see the resource. And it basically says like a joke as the cell, right? But normally it will be the real data that comes in. So essentially, in this video, what you learned already is how to use Apify to scrape job listings, how to then push them inside of Clay using the HTTP request. And another super important thing is clicking on the three dots in the top right hand side when you're happy with the way that it scraped the data to schedule the actor. And this means that basically every day it can be doing this scraping for you without you having to rerun it manually every single time. So you can do it like yearly, weekly, hourly, every minute, even if you're like that fanatical about recruitment or whatever use case you have for scraping. So in a nutshell, that's how you would do it. You'll then click on create, and that will basically automate the entire process. Now, I would recommend just getting a paid account for $49 because there are so many limitations with these free trials that even for me now recording this, literally is just super, super hard because I know that I can't exactly show you all the capabilities. But hopefully by the end of this video, you learn how to use Apify to scrape and integrate it with Clay and push all the jobs there. Now, of course, you'll have questions. So that's what I'm here for. Just drop me a line on any platform and I'll try and reply to you as soon as I can. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just hit me up. But other than that, over to the next method of how to scrape job boards. See you in the next one.